Hello fellow unicorns, welcome to another video, and before we start with today's video, make sure you are subscribed and check the little bell button because YouTube will not notify you if you do not have this bell button checked whenever I have a new video or activity. So today I am doing a fan art of Houseki no Kuni, otherwise known as the land of the Lustruous, and the two characters, well, I can say that these are the two main characters because there are so many main characters and one really like a main character. All of these characters are kind of equals in their society, so these are just two characters that you see in the story in like more or less of light or some active scenes, because one of them is really a frequent character in the story and the other one is shown really briefly and still is a powerful character. Nevertheless, the fact that they are shown really briefly. The reason I really love this series is because all of the characters are androgynous and genderless. They are not even like real humans. They are made out of minerals or gemstones, and each of them has a name of their gemstone. Each of them is like a specific type of a character. They have like these different types of abilities or strengths and weaknesses. Some of them are more fragile, some of them are more strong, so they can go and fight off the people who keep attacking their little village. And just not to spoil the story, I'm just going to go straight into these characters and how I did this illustration. I did use Copics for this because I really needed to use specific colors. I use watercolors whenever I want to have more of a free range kind of a look, but since these characters have a very specific type of colors for their gemstones or minerals, it was very important for me to just make sure that I make their hair look as close to their original gemstone as possible. So when you do gemstones, they are really tough and really tricky to work with. They have a lot of different unnatural shading compared to regular objects. They are extremely glossy, and sometimes some minerals have and some gemstones have different types of colors integrated, maybe even some special textures. So you need to do a lot of research when you do a gemstone inspired art, and these characters in the anime are very specific because they are animated in 3D. They are not animated in 2D because it would be so complicated and hard for the animators to be able to create their glossy, vibrant 3D hair in 2D techniques. So in the end, I guess the smart thing was to just go and do some 3D animating for the hair and for the characters. And since the entire world is so minimalistically designed and specific, I think that the 3D approach was so spot on, perfect for this story. The story is so melancholic, it's so like, it has this overtone of sadness and mystery to it. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but I really do warmly recommend this anime. And if you did watch this anime and read the manga, please leave me a comment down below on which characters are your favorite. I really would love to know. To me personally, I think Dia is just one of the most adorable characters, especially the scene with the puppies. No spoilers again, but I really love her. And of course, here these two characters are Padparadscha on the right and Rutile on the left. Rutile is like kind of a doctor to all of the other people there, and I'm just so fascinated by how cold-blooded she can get, and that's just the cold-bloodedness in a funny way, I guess. So I really love that she is kind of a split personality, and you can see it in her hair as well, because she has this caring side. She's able to stay with her patient for hundreds of years by their bedside if she needs to, just connecting them constantly when they shatter, when they're hurt, and she can even like lose a lot of sleep and be really sleep deprived just to make sure that her friends are safe and healed up. So she has this caring side, and then she has her sadistic side where she literally can tell anybody, oh look, you're having some weird thing on your body, let me dissect you like an animal, you know, like let me just experiment on you, like, and she's able to tell this to her friends as well. So her personality is so weird and wacky, but she's not the only one there with weird personality. And I got commissioned to do a design based on an existing fan art by one of the people on my Patreon page. By the way, you will be able to download this in HD if you are my follower on Patreon. I think I will be doing the line art up for grabs on the lowest tier on my Patreon. For only $1 a month, you will be able to get 6 line arts and full HD artworks from the previous month. So go down below in the description and you will be able to get the link to my Patreon page. Also, I have some news for you guys. I will be linking down below and during this video my brand new channel. This new channel will be featuring a lot of different stuff from now on. You will be able to see some of the insights into what else I do in life except for drawing and having a manga school. You will be able to see my vlogs. You will be able to see the more of the school itself. You will be able to see me traveling to different conventions as a guest or a cosplayer, crafting cosplay lessons and tutorials. If you guys are into cosplay, please let me know. I would love to hear about your other activities except for being an artist or an aspiring mangaka. All of us have just these different types of interests. We are not always just into one thing. Like usually when people are geeky, they like games, they like anime, they like comic books, they like like TV shows or movies or anything like that, or something like crafty or board games or something like that. So everybody has multiple types of interests, and I would love to hear about your personal interest as well. As I was saying, this piece was commissioned by a Patreon to resemble an outfit on a piece of fan art, and this was a fan art that featured only Rutile on the left, so I needed to create a similar art style, well, similar fashion style outfit for Padparadscha as well. If you guys watched Steven Universe, you will also be recognizing the name of Padparadscha because that's like the name of the gem, and it's so funny when people just start comparing these two shows that have like this one thing in common, like humanoid gems, but that's the only thing that they do have in common. So everything else is just so unique, story-wise, character-wise. You have to see both of them before trying to like compare them, and trust me, they are not comparable, because they really have different storylines and different feels to them, and I recommend both of these shows, so just go and try them on. They are really short, like you won't be wasting a lot of time watching these because both of the shows don't have a lot of long episodes to watch. So anyways, as I said, like I got a little bit bored by this color palette. It was too dark and too gray. Like I was using maybe 3 or 4 types of gray color, but still I guess it's complementary to their vibrant hair for the clothing to be so dark and so like muted, and then they have this glossy crystallized hair. I guess that was the point of the original fan art, and also like the original fan art featured a lot of gemstones and jewelry. I didn't want to bother with so many tiny details because this is a small piece of paper and they wouldn't look that good if I did all of them. So I usually, when I do something with a lot of details, I do it on at least a A4 sized paper, and anything less than that, I just can't, because it's just so so much details on such a small space makes me anxious, and just I can't. I literally, like, I would need like some sort of tool to like enlarge my paper, or just like I don't know, like binoculars or something, so I can see what I'm doing, especially since all of the lights during my drawing are literally above my head, making me half blind. For me to make these videos with a good quality, I need to enlighten the entire room, and it sometimes makes me literally half blind, not be able to see anything, especially if I work with like a white piece of paper. It reflects the light straight into my eyes, and it's so uncomfortable to draw in these like specific settings, I guess. So whenever you see me like complaining during live streams or something, that's probably because I'm really annoyed by all the lightings. I'm not used to working with them that much when I really want to draw. I use like a window or something like that, natural light, not a lot of like fake lights, but oh well. Anyways, my white gel pen, as always, is my main savior for these types of art, and I just had to go overboard with this because this crystal hair demanded the edges to be white and glossy with a lot of like glossy details. And when you do a lot of dark clothing or something interlapping and everything is the same color, sometimes I use the white gel pen to divide them and make sure that some specific details from the clothing are visible with the white gel pen, especially since her arm would be literally flattened out with the rest of the drawing if it wasn't emphasized with the white gel pen. So I really hope you guys like this, and let me know if you guys would like to see more of stuff like this, and of course when you guys would like us to start having live streams again. Thank you guys so much for the watch, and see you guys next time. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you would like to learn how to draw manga, please check out my book Manga Crash Course, available in 4 different languages, as well as my latest book Manga Crash Course Fantasy.